In today's video, we're talking about how to use a gray card to correct your white balance. Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about gray cards and white balance and how you can use a gray card to correct the white balance on a photo when the camera doesn't quite get it right. You would have noticed sometimes when you take a picture that it looks a little bit too orange or too blue, sometimes even a little bit too green. And that's because the camera wasn't able to determine the type of light that was in the scene that you were shooting. So light has color and it's made up of different colors, and our brains can determine what those colors are, and it makes up for whether there's too much red or too much blue or too much green, and it just is light. But a camera works a little bit different, and sometimes it just gets it wrong. And that's when you need a gray card in order to be able to correctly set everything back to neutral and fix the photograph. I should point out that a gray card is not just a gray card, it is a neutral gray card. So it is made up of equal amounts of red, green, and blue. So if you grab paint and you mix red, green, and blue in equal amounts, you'll end up with a gray, a neutral gray. And that's what you need. Now, gray cards come in different shapes, sizes, and prices as well. So this is the fancy one. It's a color checker passport. But you don't need this. You can get a gray card for about 10 bucks. I'll put some links down the bottom. It's just a piece of cardboard. But if you keep watching, I'm going to show you how you can get a gray card for free. So just keep watching and I'll cover that at the end of the video. So how do these work? Well, it's very simple. Now, in order to be able for Lightroom to be able to automatically correct the scene for you, and by the way, I say Lightroom, but this works in Capture One, Photoshop, or any other platform that you're using to edit your photos. All those applications are designed to understand what neutral gray should look like. Okay, so before I start photographing my session, let's say I'm taking some portraits of someone at the beach. I would hand my subject the gray card and I would ask him to hold it like this with the gray card, with the gray side facing the camera. And I would snap a picture, and that would be my reference picture. I can then just take this back and put it away. If my photograph then comes out where it's too orange, too blue, too green, then the gray itself is going to be too orange, too blue, or too green. And Photoshop, Lightroom, whatever editing platform you're using is able to then tweak the colors in order to get this to look back to be a neutral gray again, if that makes sense, and thereby correcting the whole scene because everything's being lit by the same light. So that is how it's used. It's very, very simple. And one thing to remember that this is only going to work if you shoot RAW. Okay, if you use JPEG, it's not going to work properly. So you need to shoot RAW. And the other thing is that if you then change the scene where the light is different, then you need to take another reference shot. So you need one of these at the beginning of every set or every type of lighting that you use. So that's how that works. Let's jump into Lightroom and I'm going to show you how you use this within the application. Okay, so here we are inside of Lightroom, and what I have here is a photograph that's been taken with the wrong white balance. As you can see, the photograph is just way too blue. But because I've got my gray card in there, I'm going to be able to correct this properly, easily, and very, very accurately. And then if I had a series of shots of, say, this plant here, then because I've got this one photograph with the gray card, I can correct this shot and then synchronize that to the rest of the photographs. So to do this, really, really simple. If you have a look on the right hand side of the panel where the panels are, near where the white balance slider is, you're going to notice to the left of that is a little eyedropper tool. All you got to do is click on that and you'll activate it because you'll see the eyedropper tool come up. And then it's asking you to click on a neutral gray target. In this case, we're going to click on the gray card. And when I do that, the image is corrected immediately, and it's going to be perfect because this gray card is the job of the gray card, is to be able to then fix the white balance. As you can see, the white balance in here is being corrected to 2800 Kelvin, and in fact it's actually given it a little bit of a tint as well in order to correct the image to match what the lighting was at the time. So that is how easy it is to use a gray card. If I had any other shots, like I said, I would just synchronize this correction to the rest of the photos, and I would have all my photos corrected very, very quickly and very accurately. So that's how you use a grey card. Very simple, very quick, and more importantly, very accurate. But I did mention at the beginning of the video that I was going to show you how to get a free grey card, and that is by visiting any paint store where you can get these samples. If you go to the grey section, you can pick up these for free, and some of them are even referred to as neutral grey. So it's just a matter of picking up a few of these, experimenting by shooting with the wrong white balance, and then try see which one of these gets you the best results. It may not be as accurate as the Color Checker Passport, but it's going to be pretty close. So that's it. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, please give the video a like. Consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I'll leave all the other information in there where you can get some of these other grey cards that I've shown you in here. But thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.